A Libra full moon on April 12th will be bringing something into balance in the part of your chart that contains Libra, or will be illuminating what is out of balance and perhaps bringing some justice, infusing some justice in that part of your chart. And I'm saying the word justice because Libra in the tarot corresponds to the Justice card. We see this figure here as a woman who is in all red and even a backdrop of red, representing the color for our root chakra, Mulihara, which is all about grounded energy. So she is grounded in holding her truth. She is grounded in the ability to cultivate balance, and is also willing to fight for when she sees things are out of alignment or out of balance. And the truth about this lunation is it's going to feel perhaps a little tender, especially if you have prominent Aries or Libra placements. And that is because this full moon is in opposition. Obviously, anytime we have a full moon, it is in opposition to the sun, but it is opposing Chiron, who is known as the wounded healer. Chiron is an asteroid that orbits in between Saturn and Uranus and represents the bridge from the physical to the metaphysical. So oftentimes if we experience pain in our body, disease in our body, this first develops in the metaphysical before it moves into the physical. And so Chiron teaches us as the key, literally the asterisk that represents a key, to unlock what our deepest wounding and pain points are so that we can unravel them and heal ourselves and eventually teach. So wherever you have Chiron personally in your own natal chart will show you what your deepest pain and wounding could potentially be, but it also can show you what you're here to heal in this lifetime and what you're here to teach other people in this lifetime as well. And so that's why I'm sharing that this full moon, it could feel tender, it could feel like a wounding or a pain point is coming up. And it could be blown up. It could be like really amplified, and that is because this lunation is occurring in the decan ruled by Jupiter, and it is in a square to Jupiter, who is in his sign of detriment in Gemini. And so that square is inherently putting pressure on this lunation for something to heal, for something to be brought back into balance. And obviously this is going to be different for every single person depending on where you have Libra and Aries in your own natal chart, and if you have any particular planetary energies there, that's going to be activated. But it's going to show up in a big, massive way, and potentially confronting this wounding, confronting this pain point can bring about a sense of blessings, right? Jupiter is, even in detriment, desiring to bring us blessings and abundance, especially in the sign of Gemini, through information, through research, through study, through insight, right? Gemini is a mutable air sign ruled by Mercury. It cares about gathering information, gathering facts, gathering data. And so this could feel like a blessing in disguise is really the energy that I'm getting. And what's so fascinating is that this lunation, again, it's occurring in the decan ruled by Jupiter, and it relates to the Four of Swords in the tarot. So in this card, we see a knight resting, and we see the expansion of gratitude. We see the expansion of peace. We see the expansion of harmony. We see the expansion of love in this card. And so there is illumination happening on relationship dynamics, especially with this being in a sign ruled by Venus. And we see Venus right now, she's going to be moving out of her retrograde cycle. She's exalted in the sign of Pisces. So it does feel almost like a breath of fresh air in that sense of, Okay, what did we learn during this Venus retrograde, especially looking at Aries and Pisces in your own natal chart and what was being activated? But it does feel like there's something coming through around this illumination of more self-love, illumination around relationship dynamics and what feels out of alignment, out of balance within relationship dynamics, but then also this overflowing, just welcoming, all encompassing love, because that's what Venus and Pisces really means. That's why she exalts there. It's love that expands across oceans. It's vast, it is limitless. And so I'm getting this feeling of how can we embody that, especially within the part of our chart that Libra contains. How can we infuse that limitless love and abundance and blessings and peace into that part of our chart? What can we bring into a state of balance here? The other aspect, again, of this lunation being that it is opposing Chiron in Aries, we are being asked to illuminate different things around our structure within our emotional state. And I'm saying that because the Emperor relates to the 4 energy in the tarot, and it can be like, okay, you have this big goal, this big dream. What are you doing to take action on it? How are you implementing? What are you disciplined on? And then the moon is trusting our intuition, trusting our subconscious, right? And being able to hold the book of our life, this scroll here, and have the sense of trust around where it is that we're going. So I do feel like there's also illumination around discipline, structure, for how we are moving forward and whatever our goals are, whatever it is that we're bringing into balance within the sign of Libra in our own natal chart. So I find that to be fascinating. And then another thing with this lunation is that it is in a square to Mars in Cancer, and we are almost at the tail end of this super long transit. Mars has been in Cancer for a long time now. Mars is considered to be in fall in the sign of Cancer, and so this square, this is why I'm saying we're being asked to go into the depths of our emotions and to do some clearing, especially around places that feel tender and like there's wounding, because Mars in Cancer invites us into the experience of releasing emotions held in our body. Mars is not comfortable in the sign of Cancer. He is a warrior god, and Mars in the sign of the mother, the nurturer, is not a natural frequency for Mars. So we're being asked to clear emotional weight that is keeping us from a state of balance, from a state of higher truth. So let me know in the comments how you're feeling about this lunation, if you're already seeing some things come up that are being illuminated. This was a deep dive into this Libra full moon, and it feels good because it's on the tail end of the eclipse season. We're now no longer having eclipses in the signs of Aries and Libra because the nodal axis has now shifted into Pisces and Virgo. So it does feel like, in a way, there is illumination around a closing of a chapter in some sense too. So let me know how this feels for you. I'm sending so much love your way.